Monday, 9th January 2023 will always remain a date with history for the good people of Yobe State, when Nigeria's #1 citizen Mohammadu Buhari GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief, Federal Republic of Nigeria, paid a day's state visit to the state. Damaturu, the state capital, was agog with life as it played host to the president and members of his entourage, Yobe citizens in the diaspora, and other guests. The Yobe state capital wore a new look, discarding the old features of fear, security checkpoints, and profiling of persons that were common and became part of life in the post-Boko Haram recovery process. The city gradually assumed a new life with the free and smooth movement of human and vehicular traffic, signifying the return of peace to the metropolis that is now very peaceful and safe to host Mr. President. As early as 7 o'clock in the morning, residents of Damaturu and indeed people from other parts of the state had lined up the streets to welcome their guest and president, Mohammadu Buhari, GCFR, who was scheduled to arrive the state at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They wait patiently and only go out of the queue temporarily to get something to eat, answer the call of nature or say their prayers, and return back to resume the waiting game. It was a task they willingly assigned to themselves and were ready to execute in honor of a man they love so much and accord high respect. It was the coming of their president, Nigeria's president, Mohammadu Buhari, GCFR. For the residents of Damaturu and the people of Yobe State generally, President Mohammadu Buhari is not just a president. He is an uncommon president who stood by the people at the most trying times of their lives. A president who defeated the Boko Haram insurgency, a president who gave the people a new lease of life, and a president who provided the state government with a new opportunity to rebuild, rehabilitate, and recover the state. The people of Yobe, no doubt, likened the visit of the president to the triumphant entry of a hero who led a successful war and liberated the state. Therefore, no time spent on the queue to wait his coming is regarded as a waste. And when finally President Mohammadu Buhari landed at the new Yobe International Cargo Airport, Damaturu, he inspected the traditional guard of honor and moved to unveil the plaque with the inscription Mohammadu Buhari International Cargo Airport, Damaturu is finally commissioned by President Mohammadu Buhari, GCFR, today, 9th January 2023. He turned around, looked at his host governor, Mohammadu, CON, and said, "Thank you. Alas, the airport was named after him." The airport is now to be known and addressed as Mohammadu Buhari International Cargo Airport.
Well, this is Mohammadu Buhari International Cargo Airport, Damaturu, Yobe State, commissioned by me today. Thank you very much.
The president, accompanied by the host governor, Mohammadu, CON, President of the Senate, Ahmad Ibrahim Lawan, GCON, Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba Al-Kali, honorable ministers and a host of others inspected facilities at the airport and commended Governor Mohammadu for his determination to provide the state with a window to the outside world. Aviation experts at the commissioning ceremony commended Governor Buni for providing state-of-the-art equipment at the airport for a befitting status of an international cargo airport. Captain Bala Jibrin, a retired pilot and aviation consultant, said,
"It has met all the standards of an international airport. When it comes to navigation, we have a DVOR for navigation. We have ILS and glide slope for landing as landing aids. We have radio communications in the control tower for ground to air. That's when the tower controllers are on the ground speaking to the pilots in the air. And we have also ground to ground. All vehicles going on the tarmac must be communicated with. So we have that. Meteorology wise, we have everything that is in very few airports. I will even tell you, this airport is more equipped than, maybe it's in the top 10% or 15% of the airports in Nigeria. Yes, we have everything in meteorology. We have the AWOS, the automatic weather observation stations. We have LLWAS, the low level wind shear alert system. And I think this is available in only maybe 6 airports in the country. We have it here. We have the ceilometer that measures the height of the clouds. We can know how high the clouds are from. So we have just about anything in that direction. We have 2 brand new fire tenders for the firefighters. We are currently Cat 6 and we are aiming for Cat 9 before the Hajj operations. Inshallah, this year, pilgrims to Saudi Arabia from Yobe State will depart out of Damaturu Airport. Don't have to go to any other place again.
Engineer Sirajo Wakil, the general manager of the airport, also shared his view on the airport.
Everything that is needed for the operation of an airport is on ground. The tarmac is ready, taxiway. You can see the fire service. You can see the tower. You can see the building. Everything is set. You can see aircrafts here already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 already on ground. So everything is set. The hours is working. Already communication. You can see the fire bay and the fire service equipment. You can see them there. So these are just the prerequisites for the operation of an airport, and all of them are on ground, ready, functional already. So we are good to go.
President Buhari's next port of call was the palace of the Emir of Damaturu. The president was not new to the palace. In fact, he holds the title of Zanna Yodima of Damaturu. For him, it was a homecoming. Governor Buni, as always, seized the opportunity to eulogize President Buhari for his determination in rescuing the state from the jaws of insurgency and restoring peace in the state. Governor Buni recalled how the palace was overrun by insurgents prior to 2015 when Buhari took over office. "We are happy that life is now back in our state," the excited governor said. The Emir of Damaturu, Alhaji Sheikhu Hashimi II Ibn Umar Al-Kanami, also thanked President Buhari for giving his emirate a new lease of life. In appreciation of the visit, the Emir presented a beautifully decorated white stallion horse to Mr. President. The President was also at the police headquarters to commission the new headquarters housing the Office of the Commissioner of Police and other officers. The beautiful edifice gave officers and men of the command a new sense of belonging, a new hope, determination and zeal that were quite visible on the faces of officers and men of the command. It was the same success story at the newly established Police Command Secondary School. The newly constructed police clinic in Damaturu was the icing on the police projects lined up for commissioning by President Mohammadu Buhari. The magnificent edifice no doubt provides a patient-friendly environment that can facilitate medical care. President Buhari and all other guests at the occasion were indeed impressed with the structure. At the Damaturu Modern Market, President Buhari expressed appreciation with the Buni administration for executing the people-oriented project. He happily unveiled the plaque and prayed to God to bless the market. It is amazing that the Buni administration is executing 5 modern markets in Gashua, Nguru, Damaturu, Potiskum and Gaidam in its first term in office. The Gashua market, which is named after the Senate President Ahmed Lawan, was completed and commissioned by Senator Lawan himself. The Damaturu market, which is commissioned by Mr. President, is named after former Governor Senator Ibrahim Gaidam, and the Nguru market, named after Sheikh Ngibirma, is ready for commissioning, while Potiskum market is nearing completion. The 5th contract for the construction of the Gaidam market has been awarded for construction. The 5 ultra-modern markets are intended to boost economic activities and take advantage of the proximity to international border communities to promote commerce and economy of the state. To serve as an encouragement, Governor Buni announced a 35% subsidy on the approved rate for rent of shops and stalls to make them affordable to all categories of businessmen and women. There is no doubt that the new markets would provide employment opportunities and economic growth. From the Damaturu modern market, President Buhari drove to commission Nigeria's largest maternity, pediatric and newborn healthcare complex. Upon unveiling the plaque, President Buhari commended the governor for his determination to curb the menace of maternal and child mortality and morbidity in the state. The 7 blocks, 1-story structural complex has adequate spaces that is most patient-friendly, conducive and in keeping with evidence-based global best practices in modern maternal, newborn and pediatric healthcare found in advanced countries of the world. This architectural masterpiece would adequately and indeed satisfactorily take care of expectant and nursing mothers, their newborn babies as well as children in general. The obstetrics and gynecology wing of the complex has 64 open cubicles, 5 call duty rooms, 5 satellite pharmacies, 1 side laboratory and 4 nurses' stations. The special baby care unit has 3 adjoining generously spacious and nicely done wards that houses 28 baby cots for newborn babies suspected for sepsis, 10 newborn cots ward for outborn babies and 10 newborn baby cots ward for inborn babies, 4 nurses' stations, 10 bed space room for the nursing mothers. In addition, there is a 10-bed space room for nursing mothers to breastfeed their newborn babies, 5 doctors' call duty rooms, 5 nurses' rest and change rooms, 5 offices for the unit matron in charge, 4 additional offices for health information management, seminar room, a library with kitchen and stores. The labor ward and obstetrics theatre units have provision for 4 operation suites rooms, including attached sterilization and scrubbing area, 6 recovery rooms, additional offices for anesthetics, perioperative nurses, other theatre support staff, male and female change rooms, common room for staff on duty, seminar and computer rooms. The pediatric medical ward has 40 cubicles, 4 call rooms, 4 side labs and a satellite pharmacy. Similarly, the emergency pediatrics unit has 32 bed space cubicles, including a resuscitation cubicle, 2 doctors' call duty room, a side laboratory, nurses' station, change room, satellite pharmacy and 8 staff offices. In a similar development, the Mai Mala Buni administration has constructed a modern 150-bed capacity isolation center with a state-of-the-art public health laboratory at the Yobe State University Teaching Hospital, all geared effectively to curb the menace of maternal and child mortality in the state. Already, the government has upgraded 8 comprehensive healthcare centers to general hospitals and 4 general hospitals to specialist hospitals. This is in addition to the 138 completed primary healthcare centers across the state, all aimed at providing accessible and affordable healthcare delivery to the doorstep of the people. Mr. President and his entourage were at the Patiskum Road, newly constructed housing estate, to commission the Bukar Abba Ibrahim housing estate. The Buni administration constructed 2,350 housing units across the 17 local government areas, making it the highest housing intervention by any administration since the creation of Yobe State 32 years ago. The houses have been sold out to civil servants and private individuals on owner-occupier basis with a 50% subsidy to all beneficiaries, and thus attracting the award of the Best Housing Governor of the Year 2022 by Africa Homes to His Excellency Governor Mai Mala Buni CON. The last project to be commissioned by President Buhari while on state visit to Yobe was one of the model schools in Damaturu. This was part of the efforts by the Buni administration to rejuvenate education in the state. Government rehabilitated most of the schools destroyed by Boko Haram and established modern and mega schools in Damaturu, Gashua, Potiskum, Buniyadi, Nguru and Gaidam so as to decongest existing schools whose infrastructure were highly overstretched. At the state dinner organized in honor of the President, Governor Buni commended President Buhari for his commitment at ensuring sustainable peace and security reigns in Yobe State. Buni reiterated that his administration was able to achieve so much courtesy of the peace restored in the state by the Buhari administration. Buni pleaded with Mr. President to consider a federal government takeover of the airport, maternity and state teaching hospitals.
On behalf of the government and good people of Yobe State, I warmly welcome our dear President, His Excellency Mohammadu Buhari, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief, Federal Republic of Nigeria, and members of his entourage to our dear states. Let me seize this opportunity to specially appreciate Mr. President for untiring efforts in ensuring that peace is not only restored, but sustained in our state, the northeast sub-region and Nigeria. Sir, we are most grateful. It is now evidently clear that your commitment to the fight against insurgency has returned peace to the region, giving our people a true sense of belonging. As a government, we are spurred by your exemplary leadership style, which inspires us with a new zeal to rebuild our state. The government and good people of Yobe State are glad with your esteemed presence to inaugurate some of the projects executed by this administration. Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, as we are all aware, Yobe State is second to Borno as a victim of the callous Boko Haram attacks that have ravaged several communities, killing thousands of people whose cause of public and private properties unjustifiably destroyed. This caused many people to flee their communities, only to become internally displaced persons with no means of livelihood. When we assumed office in 2019, we came with a determination to rebuild our state and people from the senseless destruction to that of productivity and improved livelihood. This explains why we placed the purpose of this administration on the mantra of continuity, consolidation, and innovation from the achievements recorded by the previous administration. The essence of constructing Nigeria's largest maternity, newborn, and pediatrics hospital is to provide specialized services to expectant and nursing mothers and newborns in the state and the neighboring states to check the alarming rate of maternal and child mortality and morbidity. Therefore, we humbly appeal to Mr. President to approve the takeover of the University Teaching Hospital, including the maternity, newborn, and pediatric healthcare complex by the federal government. Similarly, the Yobe State International Cargo Airport is the only cargo airport in the region that can serve and promote economic activities in the Northeast. It is in this regard that I also humbly request the federal government under your heavy leadership to take over the airport for the benefit of the people. And refund the total amount expended by the state, totaling 37 billion annually. Excellency, I'm optimistic that you will grant approval to take over these facilities to further improve the lives of the people of Yobe State and the Northeast general. Thank you, Your Excellency.
The President of the Senate, Ahmad Ibrahim Lawan, GCFR, a very distinguished son of the soil, made passionate appeal to the President for the federal government to exploit the rich vast lands in the state to promote livestock and gum Arabic farming. He highlighted that the untapped potentials would earn Nigeria foreign exchange, fight unemployment and poverty.
Mr. President, Yobe State, like Borno, like Jigawa, like Kano, like Katsina, like Zamfara, like Kebbi, like Sokoto, is on this gum Arabic zone. Gum Arabic, Mr. President, by way of a reminder, is a cash crop that gives some support, some economic support to our people before. It is no more giving that support. Mr. President, if there is one way that we can diversify our economy, gum Arabic should be given a special position in our administration. And I want to say that this belt from Borno to Sokoto, Your Excellency, if we work on the gum Arabic industry, we are going to earn foreign exchange for Nigeria. We spend billions of naira, hundreds of millions of dollars to import gum Arabic for Coca-Cola and so many other things. We can do a lot more if we can get the support of the federal government. Your Excellency, we already have a substation in Tajua, part of Yobe State. That substation is Rubber Research Institute substation. Rubber Research Institute is based in Edo in Benin. Mr. President, my belief is that gum Arabic has that important economic value that we can take it out of the Rubber Research Institute and give it its own research institute because it can transform our economy. So on behalf of all our people, and of course let me also say on behalf of the other states, Borno, Jigawa, up to Sokoto, Mr. President, I want to urge that before you leave on the 29th of May, let's see how we can make the substation in Tajua to be the headquarters of the new Gum Arabic Research Institute.
The Inspector General of Police, Usman Babal Ali, another distinguished son of the soil, commended President Buhari for the support to the Nigeria Police to execute projects that would improve the welfare of policemen and women in the country and their host communities.
Your Excellency, sir, our firm commitment to support the advancement of Your Excellency's support and plan for the stabilization of security order and restore civil authority in Yobe State and the Northeast geopolitical zone as we emerge from the threat of terror informed our resolve to execute these projects. The projects were also undertaken having in mind Your Excellency's police reform agenda and police modernization. This informed our determination to ensure that the architectural designs, structural engineering, facilities, furnishing and equipment of the three projects are futuristic, purpose-built and fit for all purpose. The decision to also construct a tertiary hospital and secondary school was also informed by our determination to offer quality medical and educational support to police personnel and their families deployed to the state, as well as complement the federal government and state government in education and medical opportunities to residents of the state in the post-terrorism phase. Indeed, the police secondary school and hospital that Your Excellency commissioned this afternoon are the first of such facilities to be sited in any of the police commands in the Northeast. Your Excellency is respectfully invited to note Also, that one of my policing agenda is the transition of the colonial police administrative and operational assets into modernized assets. This informed the development of the concept of model police headquarters and model police stations. I am glad to notify Your Excellency that aside from the model implemented with the Yobe State Police Headquarters, Police Secondary School and hospitals, we have also developed and are currently executing model police stations and barracks across all the Federation.
An elated Buhari, who expressed gratitude with the return of peace to the state and the Northeast region, was particularly delighted that Governor Buni was taking maximum advantage of the return of peace to rebuild Yobe State. President Buhari described Buni as a very competent and courageous leader in the state, saying, "I am lucky to have him in the saddle as the political leader in Yobe." He also acknowledged Buni's support to the security in the fight against terrorism in the Northeast.
So really, if you want to serve this country, you have to be prepared for the worst. You have to be prepared for the worst. This country, as I said, the only country we have. We will all stay together and celebrate. So please, wherever you find yourself, just do your best. This is Nigeria. If you believe in God, God will compensate. If you don't, you are in trouble. All I can say, I thank you very much for the attention of the country. Speech I made, and I thank the governor for inviting me. I never knew he was going to punish me by inviting me here to sit down and mention all the things that I used to do for the state.
To God be the glory. It was indeed a very successful and memorable state visit that the people of Yobe State would continue to remember.